right, let me see. All right, greetings, family. This is Professor Griffin. Of course, this is On the Masses right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. I'm having some serious, when I say serious, I'm talking serious, as my oldest child used to say, serious issues, technical issues. But, hey, got to do what we got to do. I got no intro music. I think I can find something. Hold on. Let me see if I can play this. As an
it's different when it's dressed in luxury labels and bought with the coins of the community that built you. Let's get real. When you rise up on the shoulders of your people, then forget us for access and applause from others, that is not evolution. Right? That is strategic amnesia.
Let me come rush the show, because I doubt 911 a long time ago.
This is On the Masses right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. All right.
Now I can't trust it. Welcome to the terror.
Tonight, we're going to be talking about your girl. Your girl. Nicki Minaj and her man. Not only at the UN, but and of course, I'm talking more turning points again. We're going to dive into the nuance of it. We're going to break it down. Give me a minute.
In the hour of chaos, she watched Channel Zero. When they say hi, tell you who I am. What you saying? He got gaming, motherfuckers cosplaying. They said, how low can you go? Damn, can't do nothing for you, man. Yeah, and my Uzi waist is hard on the top of the range. A public enemy number one. You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You get down, get down.
All right, shout out to Kalonji right here on Black Power Media Reloaded. I'm broadcasting on a different platform, so not on the map. So if you're looking kind of flying and crazy, we're going to dive into the show in 1 minute and 10 seconds. All right?
Fear of a black planet, black skin, white mask, toss on your pork salad. Yeah, I got the letter from the government. Brothers gonna work it out. It's the fuck shit. Yeah, and you lost that mercy. Give it up, hit down, pick them up, shut them down. And party when you're right to fight. It's harder than you think when you believe your own hype. You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You wanna get down? Get down. Amnesia. You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You wanna get down? You wanna get down? Get down. Amnesia. Hollywood burned. This place is a son of a bush. Left on a night train. Sold out. Bootleg intentional. Upset subliminal. Hazy shade of criminals. Yeah, and then you flipped on hip hop. Got the Arizona. What kind of power we got? Countdown. Armageddon. Bedlam. Griff. Fucking get the green, black, and red in.
Coming on IG on the show. Peace. All right, like I said, tonight we're going to be talking about Nicki Minaj shocks the rap world. All right, Republican, Trump supporter, just all around. I guess that's my intro song for tonight. Amnesia. Once again, the subject tonight is Nicki Minaj. Shocks the rap world. Not only with her UN speech, but now her key points when she's talking to on now Charlie Kirk's platform that he was building, Turning Point. And now that he's gone, all of a sudden now it's a new enraged spirit over there, a lot of enthusiasm as far as where that thing is going. So let me just say from the rip, not a lot, just a little, and then we're going to dive into it. Wouldn't it appear to you now that all of a sudden somebody's putting money behind Nicki Minaj? Because now She ended up at the UN speaking. Not only at the UN speaking, she's now taking front row seat at Turning Point. So now you're going to start seeing her in the most popular news spin cycles. So the popular morning show, the afternoon show, the late night talk show. Then it's going to be followed up with a new album coming out and a new tour. All right. Okay. So now, a minute ago, this chick wasn't even political. So all of a sudden, we got this breath of fresh air of this individual now, all of a sudden becoming politicized. All right. Politicized to the point where we're speaking up and out on issues that we never ever heard in your music. Or when you did do interviews, we never heard this outside of the context of your music. All right. Show me one political statement in one Nicki Minaj song. I'm just throwing this out there to lay a base. All right. Give me some kind of definitive political stand that this chick has ever taken, whether it's on the left or the right side of the aisle. Someone said she spoke at the Democratic Convention. Can someone show me that? Send it to me, something? No, maybe. Oh. I'm saying to you that if all of a sudden now an individual is ending up in your face, loud, chest stuck out, proud that you're an American and you're a Republican, all right? And they think that Nicki Minaj has some kind of weight, intellectual prowess, being politically astute. I should say non-astute, but I don't think Nicki Minaj carries some weight with the black community. Absolutely not. No. So now, I don't know whether or not if the whole label, Young Money, Dirty Money, whatever the money, Sorry Money, No Money. I don't know what's the name of the label. Can somebody tell me? Anyway, yeah. When did you get politicized? And who and what politicized you? This is the questions that I'm just asking to lay a base. So maybe you could ponder these things and answer some of these questions for me. All right. I want to know who is your handler? Because they're absolutely doing a very, very, very poor job. I say that simply because I've watched both talks. I've watched the Turning Point interview. All right. And I've watched the UN speech. All right. So now I'm looking at this whole idea of using popular artists. Did not Malcolm speak to this? Wait, I'm sure Malcolm spoke to that. If I can recall, Malcolm X did speak to that. Hold on. Hold on. Don't run away. Malcolm X talked about the idea, Malcolm X on Black leadership. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. Malcolm. Black leadership. Y'all can look it up too. I don't want to seem like I'm wasting your time, because if you don't have it on deck, we need the dialogue. Look it up. Malcolm. Hold on. Think I got it.
This included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players, Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. I just told you a little while ago, these leaders that they call leaders, this included Lena Horne, this included Dick Gregory, and this included comedians, comics, trumpet players, baseball players. Show me in the white community where a comedian is a white leader. Show me in the white community where a singer is a white leader, or a dancer or a trumpet player is a white leader. These aren't leaders. These are puppets and clowns that have been set up over the black community by the white community and have been made celebrities and usually say exactly what they know that the white man wants to hear. And it is an honor, actually, that they endorsed Dr. Martin Luther King and were against the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. That's actually an honor.
So what Malcolm is actually saying is they are the ones that prop up the Nicki Minaj's of the world. They prop up these clowns and singers and these other people to prop them up, feed them just enough talking points to get them through to sound like they're politicized. But they prop them up to neutralize the rest of us because they're not giving the rest of us that kind of high visibility. Simply because they know if they put some other ones of us in that same position, it would be a whole different story. Can you imagine Professor Griff on Turning Point USA? Your ass can't even think. You can't even think that. Listen, we can't even fathom the thought and pull them brain cells together to even conjure up some shit like that. Because you know goddamn well they ain't not having Professor Griff on no damn Turning Point. Yeah, that'll be Turning Point. Trust me. Anyway, so now, Nicki Minaj responds to fans' backlash supporting Trump during the interview with Erika Kirk at the Turning Point USA AmericaFest. And this woman did not have a clue. When you are politicized and you understand politics to the degree that we know it now, there's an undercurrent also of politics. Okay, got you. All right, so if that is the case, and the undercurrent is the thing, almost like training. Now, I'm not being disrespectful in this kind of way, so don't charge it to my heart, charge it to my head. It's almost like training a seal or a dolphin or a dog to regurgitate certain talking points, and you only give them enough, all right, and because you don't want them to go any further. You don't want them, and you don't want them to be triggered by their blackness, and you don't want them to be triggered by an experience that someone like Nicki Minaj probably hasn't or haven't had. Meaning that if you're from Trinidad and your people are from outside of the scope of what it's like to be a Black American and come up with this experience, you may not know what that's like, Nicki, because they wouldn't find someone and handpick someone that has had that experience, because you might just slip up and say something meaningful to those of us that have had that experience, because it's the word that might touch something in us, and we might end up saying, "That's right, sister, speak on it." Nope. Watch her body language. Listen to the intonation of her voice. All right? Study her talking points carefully. She's been careful with what she's saying. All right? Now, I talked about a software and a software and a certain kind of technology. Listen to me. 12 years ago, I talked about the new contact lenses that they were coming out with. All right? The contact lenses are, work with me now, hold on. The contact lenses are like the VR glasses, you know, the goggles that you could put on. And now they've slimlined it. And now they're almost like, do I have those glasses? Hold on. Hold on. All right. These are not the glasses, but they look like this. So I could put these glasses on, right? And inside of here, I could read scripts, notes, talking points, everything that's going on. You saw those glasses. Several companies put them out now. Well, the precursor to those glasses were the contact lenses your brother, Professor Griff, was talking about almost 12 years ago. All right. They came out with a contact lens that the police officers were going to wear in their left eye. All right. And the data of the particular person that they're pulling over would come up in their eye, in their contact lens. I know y'all think I'm just talking out the side of my neck. Call me on it, though. I'll give you a minute to go look it up. I'm not just talking to be talking. All right? You know how some people bring receipts? Well, you know those big-ass thick books that you got to fold over and write the damn receipt, tear it out, and give it to the person? That's what I'm coming with. Go do the research. You can do it right now. I'll wait. All right? So they came with this software, and now they put the same software into the glasses. All right? I'm saying all that to say this. They have given this chick just enough talking points and rehearsed it with her. So much so that it's almost like a script. That madness that you saw with Nicki Minaj and J.D. Vance, the vice president of the United Snakes of America, you could tell it was a collaboration that was rehearsed. Oh, you think I'm bluffing? Pull up 2 years ago, probably a year ago. What did J.D. Vance have to say about Nicki Minaj? I got time tonight. I'll wait. J.D. Vance on Nicki Minaj. I mean, Nicki Minaj, yeah. One day ago, nope. 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 Oh, so I see these people are hard at work with the millions and millions of dollars that's coming through Turning Point's hands. They probably scrubbed it. J.D. Vance. Hold on. Let me put it in a different way. What's this? How about 2024? Maybe? Nope. All right, no. Can't find it. All right. Anyway, he didn't have anything really good to say about Nicki Minaj. Pardon me. Not J.D. Vance. You're right. It was Charlie Kirk. Hold on. My fault. Anyway, my point. Here we go.
You can't help but laugh when you find old footage of Charlie Kirk blasting that Nicki Minaj is not a good role model for young Black women. It's the proof is in the pudding.
Right now, Black culture is being held captive by influences, songs, and role models. I mean, Nicki Minaj, Cardi B.
Okay, Nicki Minaj is causing dads to leave the home.
Hold on a second. I don't think that's a good role model for 18-year-old Black girls. I don't think that songs that are talking about, like, glorifying wet female genitalia is exactly, I don't know which one wrote that song. Which one was it?
I think it was Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but by the way, the role models of the 1940s and 50s for Black America were completely different.
So it is a representation issue.
Hold on a second. No, not representation. It's who do you get your art from? It's what values are they putting forward? It's the question of every day.
Who do you get your art from? What values are they putting forward? And then you turn around. This was when? 2024. You turn around, and not even a year later, she's talking on a platform that you gave your life for. But now, I'm gonna be nice, your wife, widow, is now bringing people like Nicki Minaj on, someone that you obviously disliked, and her and her position. I'm not going to say her. Let me just say her position and what she talks about in her songs, being politically correct, if there is such a thing. Listen, politics is the science of governing people. So when people start talking this BS about being politically correct, what do they mean? All right. I never in my life, even when I tried to vote, I never in my life believed in a two-party system. And I've always said to y'all, and y'all heard me say this over and over and over, it's two wings of the same damn bird. I don't give a damn if you're a Republican or a Democrat. You're just nothing but a Republican or a Democrat. Plain and simple. The people on top control both parties. This is why they fear having an independent third party, because you'll break up the madness. Anyway, that's another subject for another time. But Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj spoke at the United Nations in November 2025, addressing the persecution of Christians in Nigeria, highlighting religious freedom and thanking President Trump for his attention to the issue, emphasizing that it's about human rights and not politics. So if it's about human rights and not politics, then what are you doing on Turning Point USA, which is a political entity pushing political agenda, a political agenda. All right. So if that is the case, and it is, you can argue with that all you want to. All right. I'm saying to you, why did you have to dig up her? And I know what you're saying. Who else in the hip hop rap community in her age range could they have went and got to speak to these things? How about, why do you have to choose somebody from that genre of music? Why do you have to choose a rapper? No, I'm just saying, why do you have to choose a rapper? Why do you have to choose a black female? So what are the other benefits that we may think that you might be offering a Nicki Minaj? All right? Or someone of her ilk, or just someone in her space, or her status, her level, her visibility. All right? Could that not have been Cardi B or Sexy Red or Dice Spice Ice Twice, whoever? No, no one else. Yeah, no. What's the other chick? The fat chick that got skinny that was showing half of her ass at the basketball game. I forgot her name. Lotto? No, not her. Can y'all help me out? I'm lost. I don't even know the chick's song. Anyway, how come it couldn't have been any one of them? Lizzo. Thank you. Damn. Sorry about that. Lizzo. So, no, maybe. So I'm saying that to say this. There is a reason why they handpick these kind of people. You think it was by accident that when the reality show thing kicked off, the #1 reality show that set the whole thing off was Flavor of Love, using a member of Public Enemy to go on national TV to make mockery not only of black women and the buffoonery and the negative aspects of what black culture. Black Dot said it. You take the lowest essence of what we have in the culture and you give it maximum exposure. It wasn't an accident. That was by design. I'm going to take the #1 politically conscious hip hop group. I'm going to take one member out of that and I'm going to bring the whole goddamn thing down to its knees. I'm kind of hesitating. I'm going to let y'all marinate on that. Anyway, she spoke about faith being under attack globally. Did y'all even know what faith Nicki Minaj was? No? That can mean a lot of things. She called for the persecution for persecuted believers. She urged that the global leaders to attack against the violence, stating no group should ever be persecuted for practicing their religion. Oh, no? Then let's go back to the Obama administration and all the Muslims that was unalived during the Obama administration. Obama, if you do the numbers, because we have, Obama has unalived an individual every 20 minutes for 8 years that he's been in office. Do I need to repeat myself? And don't you dare come on here talking about it would have been better under Kamala. Y'all gonna have me going to my files. Y'all know what this is? Can anyone tell me what this is? And this is solid state. This is an external drive. This one is 1 terabyte. I got a whole terabyte of political inside information and occult science and information on all of these people that was running for president. Their whole history, all right? Their track record, who they married to, children's names, I got it. So if you want to call me out on it, call me out on it. Meet me halfway on it. I'm not going to openly debate you because I don't even do that. But come on. And if this one don't work, I got another one. If that one don't work, shit, I got an old school one for you. If that one don't work, I got a 4 terabyte joint. If that one don't work, I got one that I keep in my briefcase. If that one don't work, I got another one. 2 terabytes. All right, so come on, stop playing, man. Stop playing. Stop playing. Don't come running your mouth about some of these people that you think would have done better. All of these people are controlled by the same people. All right? You know how I can prove that? Let's do a fact check on the ones that stepped out of line and said the wrong thing at the wrong time. And guess what happened to them? What happened to Reagan? What happened to John and Bobby Kennedy? What happened to Dr. Martin Luther King? If you want me to pull up the list, I got the list of political assassinations. If you all want to take it there, we can take it there. But I'm saying to you, it behooves me. Let me go now. Let me not do that. Anyway, if we're not thinking outside the box and why they would choose someone like Nicki Minaj, all right, from the family she comes from the ideology that she comes from as far as religious and political ideology, all right, if you don't think that they have taken some of these young white kids to take all of her music, comb it, scan it, to see anything in there that could kind of stop them from pushing her forward, all right, Nicki Minaj's time has passed. Cardi B and other rappers have already been out there. You understand what I'm saying? So she focused on Nigeria, that drew attention to the deadly threats that face thousands of Christians in Nigeria. When all of a sudden y'all start worried about Nigeria? When the young black Muslim children came up missing, where were y'all then? When Boko Haram, financed by Britain, Israel, and the United States, when Boko Haram when I first seen Boko Haram on TV, I'm starting looking at brand new uniforms like they just left with fucking bags of camouflage gear out of fucking Walmart and Targets. Brand new uniforms, brand new firearms. There was some firearms that I was looking at that was brand new. And I'm like, how these dudes in Africa get brand new firearms? The latest night vision, M72 law, drones. I mean, I could go on and on. They were financed, all right, by these entities and put there in Nigeria to control the region because there's oil there. There's precious minerals there, all right? So you got to create this, y'all know what I'm about to say, this idea, this Hegelian dialectic principle, problem, reaction, solution. We create the problem. Yeah, you create the problem because you're the one financing those that are creating the problem. And then you put it on the news and you blast it. Christians are being murdered in Nigeria, as though Muslims are not being murdered and have been kidnapped and been murdered. If it wasn't for some of the brave souls in the military and even outside of the military, in private groups that went after these Muslim children in Nigeria, we would not have even seen them alive again. So don't start telling me, but because they're killing Christians in Nigeria, all of a sudden you want to take the plight of the Christians in Nigeria and you want to speak up and out. Where the fuck, excuse me, where was you when this was going on before? Oh, I guess you wasn't too politically astute then. Well, when do you get politicized? Talk to me. Help me out. So she wants to talk about religious freedom. Minaj emphasized that everyone should be able to worship freely. Any time of the day, anywhere you find large gathering of Muslims and someone is calling the adhan. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Shadun la 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 la. And you hear the adhan being called. Muslims are going to stop what they're doing to pray. So when the now mayor of New York participated in that, all of a sudden Muslims are going to take over New York and Islam is going to be the dominant religion and all the churches are going to turn into mosques. You're going to have mosques on every fear-mongering. But what happened to you, Nicki Minaj, and some of these other rappers? We didn't want to speak up and about religious freedom then. But because that had happened, the gun stores, check out some of these gun stores and these gun sites. Some of the ones that I'm on. Checking out what's going on with the two-way movement and that kind of thing. You know how many firearms were sold when that man, Randani, became the mayor of New York? How do you know so much about this, Professor Griff? I don't know a lot about it, but I'm saying to you, if you kept your finger on the pulse of what's going on, all right, on the political front, then you would look at it and say, okay, well, damn, record number of firearms being sold. All right, and guess who's selling the firearms to whom? I'm going to leave that one alone because y'all might think I'm being anti-whatever or anti-whatever. All right, but go look at it for yourself. Support for Donald Trump. Yes, Nicki Minaj. A call to action. All right. The only thing I'm saying is you never heard these things in any song. We didn't know that you was politicized like that. So when she ended up on Turning Point, the people fired back and said, Nicki Minaj is not a good role model for black girls. This is what Charlie Kirk said about Nicki Minaj. And the people now are firing back, letting Turning Point know, your head man, your head dude said this a minute ago. So I saw the interview from Erika Kirk interviewing Nicki Minaj. Can y'all help me out, please? Did y'all understand anything? How do you know Mondani's not going to turn New York into a Muslim? Well, I follow politics. whether it's on a local level because I'm from New York or whatever. But I'm interested in him because I love his mom's work. All right. When you say, well, who is his? Y'all tell me who his mom, the mayor of New York. Who is his mom? Vegan lady. If you on here, can you tell me who his mom is? I think vegan lady _ somebody was on here. Can y'all do me that favor? Can y'all look up the mayor of New York? Who is his mom? Thank you very much. Mira Nair. I followed Mira Nair. I took Mira Nair's class. She had a master class. I was front row seat. I was there. Like, I'm here. I'm here for it. Make it happen, sis. All right. Who is Mira Nair? All right, come on, y'all. This is serious. This is brought to you by Serious Minds. This is Arm the Masses. Who is Mira Nair? Come on, talk to me. I'll wait. Come on. Come on, talk to me. Who is Mira Nair? Question mark. Somebody have an answer for me? Mira Nair, filmmaker who directed the classic Denzel Washington film Mississippi Masala. Also, thank you very much, Dwayne. Also, Indian American filmmaker Mira Nair, known for films like Masoon Wedding and Mississippi Masala. Mira Nair, creator of Mississippi Masala, starring Denzel Washington. Thank you very much. One of those women that you wouldn't mind sitting at the feet of. All right. Not that Professor Griff was infatuated or anything like that. No, she's a brilliant filmmaker. And I wanted to learn film, so I sat at her feet. She's also the mayor-elected Zohran Mamdani's mom. All right, back to the point now. So whence comes this Nicki Minaj character? Now, mind you, Nicki Minaj could have been anyone sitting in that seat, but they chose her. And my question is, why did they choose her? Some people said Nicki Minaj is doing what people like Cardi B failed to do or couldn't do. Right? But why choose a Nicki Minaj? All right. Let's see. Hold on now.
I have the utmost respect and admiration for our president. He has, I don't know if he even knows this, but he's given so many people hope that there's a chance to beat the bad guys.
Nicki Minaj says President Donald Trump has given so many people hope that we can beat the bad guys. Can I say something real? I know I've been talking, but let me just say something. Let me get a little closer. Excuse my language. Who the fuck is the bad guys? And what kind of hope did he give anyone that we could beat who are the bad guys? The other thing, you ever notice how newscasters, all of them sound alike? The same inflection in their voice, same intonation, all right, same speech pattern, regardless of what their background is, what their ethnicity is, regardless of what their race is, all of them sound alike. The methodical way that she is speaking, yes, she sounds like she's a toddler, and she's speaking in that hypnotic pattern that you would get from someone that sounds like they're under hypnosis. I'm not saying she is. I'm just saying listen to the speech pattern. All right? Now, they have had people that are linguistics study, and people that are body stress analysts that study the countenance of your face and the way you move your body, hand movements. It's almost like, you're right, Al-Malik, scripted and careful as to what emphasis you put on what words, because to a degree, you could be blowing the dog whistle, all right, but it's not the full range and the full scope of the dog whistle. If you follow what I'm saying, follow me now. So then if she's doing that unbeknownst to her, what she's doing. She doesn't know what she's doing. If you're following the script, then who are you speaking to? So basically, you got a Negro peon sitting on here on her hair, dripped down past her ass. You understand what I'm saying? Face full of caked up makeup. All right. Reading a script. All right. Most of the people in the audience where the camera panned and scanned the audience, 99.9% white, because the black people that tried to get into the event, they wouldn't even let them in. Who was the brother? Not the brother, but who was the gentleman? Probably a little bit lighter than me. They wouldn't even let in. I think they did a little brief thing on the news. They wouldn't even let him in. You're right, Al-Malik. Similar to Pavlov's dogs. That's a V, not a B. Pavlov's dogs. All right. And B.F. Skinner. Look up Pavlov dogs and B.F. Skinner's rats and his mice and the experiments that they were doing. All right. Let's let it play.
And to win and to do it with your head held high and your integrity intact. This administration is full of people with heart and soul.
The people in this administration are full with heart and soul. Did she just mention the word integrity when I walked away? So Donald Trump is doing this with integrity? Can someone please define integrity for me? Because maybe I'm just missing something. Maybe I'm missing something. Help me out. Okay. Please get this book. All right. I know funds are tight. I got that. If you can't get the book, do me a favor tonight. Go up on YouTube and put in The Falsification of African Consciousness, Eurocentric History, Psychiatry, and the Politics of White Supremacy. This is what you're seeing on here with Nicki Minaj. This is by Dr. Amos Wilson. All right. This is what you're seeing. on page 22, language and power. When we get ready to create revolution, we must redefine the world and redefine words. There's no way around it. Dr. Amos Wilson is talking about the idea of speaking things into existence, so your words hold a lot of power. This is why she's very methodical in the way she's delivering what she's saying, because A, she doesn't want to break from the script. You know why? Once you break from the script, guess what happens to Negroes that break from the script? Integrity, quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. Thank you very much, Mrs. Moore. Really appreciate that. Now, I'm going to say something else. All right, don't think I'm one of the Looney Tunes. Now I'm all the way past to the left. No, I'm not. I'm right here centered and grounded. It sounds like to me that they have the ability to turn that switch on and off inside of someone like Nicki Minaj. I'm telling y'all, study the thing like I studied it. Look at the body language and the facial expressions. Check out the intonation of the voice and the speech pattern. Anyway, I promise to be done with this in 9 minutes. Okay. All right.
Why now have you been involved with speaking about politics? What was kind of the turning point for you? Yeah.
What was the turning point? Well, I just got tired of being pushed around.
Sometimes, seriously, family, sometimes I try so hard not to curse. I know some of y'all like that's bullshit. You don't try hard enough. I do. Who the fuck was pushing Nicki Minaj around? You are a C rapper, a C-rated rapper at best. Who was pushing Nicki Minaj around? The only thing I've ever really heard anybody say about you, I know you and Cardi B had y'all's little thing, but I stumbled across you one time on YouTube and you forgot to go get that yearly visit to the butt doctor and your butt was dripping and drooping and sagging and whatever. I saw a couple of comments, but whatever. I did put you in my book though. I just have to tell you that, Nicki. Remember when you was prancing back and forth on stage with the fake white dildo between your legs, holding and jerking off on stage? Yeah, I put that in my book because I wanted to show people what Black Dot was talking about how they take the lowest essence of our culture and they give it maximum exposure. I did put you in my book. I wrote a couple of other things about you in a couple of articles that I kind of threw out there under another name. I'm not going to tell you what that name is. Because as soon as y'all hear the name Professor Griff, y'all get all, hands off. He's anti this and anti that, and he's blah, 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 blah. Okay. Nope, I think you said that in the wrong way, James Burton. Black Dot is not the master student. Black Dot is the master teacher. Shout out to Black Dot. Let me finish this.
Yeah. Sometimes you just get tired of it and then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there.
Okay, my mind didn't go there. Your mind went there, not mine. I have... All right, Griff, get it together. Clean it up. See, I'm trying... I'm trying to clean it up here first. Help me out. Just work with me. I have something inside of me. I'm not going to be able to get it out. Hold on.
That's stronger than what's out there. And then you realize, wait a minute, I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there.
The fuck is she talking about? I have something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there.
Something inside of me that's stronger than what's out there. That's right. So when you've had enough, you realize, wait a minute, why do I even care about these people and what they think? Who are they? They don't even know who they are. So
is that not double talk, double speak? Do y'all know what double speak is? Can y'all look it up real quick so y'all don't think I'm crazy? The Native Americans said about these people that these people speak with forked tongue. No, we're talking about double speak. Can y'all look it up? I wrote it in my book, The Psychological Covert War on Hip Hop and Symbology. When we talk about double speak, what is double speak? Can somebody help me out with that real quick? You right, Sandra Muhammad. She a space cadet.
I'm not going to back down anymore. I'm not going to back down ever again.
When did Nicki Minaj back down, and in what instant? And I'm like you. I'm waiting for the point. What point? I'm not going to back down again. I have something in me that's stronger and bigger and deeper and blacker than what's out there. I have, what's the point? Like, what are we supposed to get from that? All right, I only have a few minutes left.
So why now have you?
I'm trying to take this in small little sound bites, but I'm not getting it. Erika Kirk introduces.
I have the utmost respect and admiration
Hold
on. For our president. This administration is full of.
Shut up. I can't do it. I can't. I just can't. I can't. I try to use this 1 hour that I have with y'all real wisely, but I try to sift through the news and sift through things that are going on and trying to find some interesting things to talk about so we can kind of go over it, process it, run it through a different filter so we can at least take this information to educate those, that's next to us, behind us, coming up behind us, that next generation, and then kind of know how we need to move. This kind of stuff is political theater. All right, these are actors. All right, bought and paid for already. All right. I'm truly not getting it. I'm not Republican or Democrat. All right. Like I told you earlier, they're two wings of the same damn bird. You could put all the damn voting and energy into voting all you want to until you could unravel that electoral college and who I know that's controlling that, then you and I could begin to talk. If you can't do that, don't even have the conversation with me. We could have the conversation, but I'll just sit and listen. All right. No, I'm not trying to be heady or high-minded. I'm not trying to be big I and little you. I'm just saying, if you're not coming with that conversation, then what are we truly talking about? All right. The people don't choose who the president is. Your vote don't mean a goddamn thing. And some of y'all keep thinking it does. I don't care how much placard waving and fanfare and confetti and shouting and screaming and speeches and standing out in the cold. And yeah, absolutely not. You mean to tell me rich white men are sitting around waiting for the masses of the people to elect someone that's going to be in charge of how they going to make their money? What laws get passed, or foreign and domestic policies and this kind of thing? Absolutely not. They're not going to risk that. They already know who the next president is going to be. You need to stop fooling yourself with what you need to stop doing. Trust me. All right, so I'm sick of the Republicrats. These are the same people. All right? Dog and pony show, whatever. Uh-oh, hold on. Is this my homie? Oh, no, it's not her. Oh, I thought that was my homie. Yeah. I was about to end it off with her, but okay, yeah, nah. Anyway, I'm going to end it right there. All right, the illusion of inclusion. You're absolutely right. The illusion of inclusion. They want to give you the illusion that you're being included in the process. And some of y'all was out there waving American flags, fucking crying crocodile tears with your hand over your heart when they started singing the Star Strangled Banner. I mean, did I say that right? Yeah, the Star Strangled Banner. Anyway, this is your brother, soldier, Professor Griff, right here on the Masses. All right, Black Power Media Reloaded, brought to you by Serious Minds. All right, I got to get ready to get out of here. My phone number is 678-557-2919. If you want any of the information that I have, I will dig it up for you, find it for you, and send it to you. All right, this Wednesday night, if you're still listening to me, this Wednesday night, I am breaking down the occult and the esoteric meaning of Christmas. Did I say Christmas? There is an occult, exoteric and esoteric meaning behind Christmas. I will be breaking that down this Wednesday in a private Zoom, all right, meeting. All right. If you want to participate in it, please hit your brother up at 678. Take the phone number down. 678-557-2919. Go on my Facebook page. I'll put the flyer up. I think it's there already. All right. Go on my website, Public Enemy, NME, publicnme.me. All right. Now, if you don't know the hidden occult meaning behind some of the symbology, and by the way, if you participate in the workshop, I will have free ebooks for everyone on symbology, symbolism, hidden occult symbolism. Trust me, I have $100 to give everyone in ebooks. All right. The workshop is only $25. Hit your brother up. 678-557-2919. Let me put it in the chat. Hold on. 678-557-2919. Griff. All right. All on. 678-557-2919. Griff. Shout out to my brother, Anthony Joshua, for knocking, I don't even want to say his name, for knocking his opponent out. Who was he up against? What's dude's name anyway? I'd rather y'all say it. I don't even want to put it out there. Who was Anthony Joshua up against last weekend? Shout out to Anthony Joshua. All right. Coming from your brother, Professor Griff. Salute, man. All right. You said Lane Paul or Logan Paul? You said Lane Paul, Jake Paul, I think. No, I think it was not even Logan Paul. Which Paul was it? It was Jake Paul? Okay. Okay. Jake Paul. Anthony Joshua said, I'm not coming in to play. All right. I'm getting you out of here in 6, and here it is. Stop playing with me. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what needs to happen. Yeah. All right, fam. I got to go. Love y'all to life. Revolution is not an event. It's a process. But guess what? You got to be part of the process. All right. I am because we are. Therefore, I am. In Butu. All right. Peace, fam. Peace.
Sometimes the riot is a quiet one, or the battle is to love yourself and function in society where voices of reason are muted by anxiety, like gaining notoriety is selling your soul. So we tend to go no deeper than the shallow water level, trying to keep us overhead in the face of all the slurs and the stares, mentally frozen, paralyzed by fear of failure and success. So we lock, stock, barrel, running while it's crumbling. All these towers and they're babbling, but the baby's in the bath and a stash under the bed on my head, spinning from the circles and the puppets and the strings that they pull. Then we move. Reactionary warfare never produces winners on the field. Feeble and foolish. What tools and what weapons are we using? We need some new ones. Real revolution. It's real solutions. Well, we've taken on the ways of the ones who conquer with their guns and religion and division. Got my inner me looking like my enemy. Real revolution. Well, my inner me, really a mirror for the galaxy. New time, brand new paradigms, new contracts to sign. They thought that this would all be televised, though it's happening right before our very eyes. It's on the inside, with their guns cocked. When that rock drops, standing on the rooftop, praying that the mountaintop can live inside the valley. People tell me the reward is somewhere off in heaven, like heaven's only in the sky. Like chariots are swinging, like God is something separate from yourself, from your wealth, from your lover, from your neighbor. Oh, your savior is coming in your own name, coming with the face the same. Real revolution, it's real solutions. Where we've taken on the ways of the ones who conquer with their guns and religion and division. Got my inner me looking like my enemy. Real revolution, where my enemy is really a mirror for the galaxy.